Okay, ladies, so sorry you can't be here today. Hopefully you can follow along here. Go ahead and get your books out. I have a quiz for you.
Correct.
Quiz/test. I'll be emailing it to you, ladies. So here's what I'd like you to do. We're going to go over some review stuff today, but you guys know what you need to know. It's everything in that unit review, everything in the lesson you just did. So first and second declension endings, and vocabulary, and what else? That pretty much covers it, doesn't it? Oh, and the numbers, the ordinal numbers and the counting numbers, and our Latin sayings. You get to do it all because you're the only one here. However, at home you can stop the video after I ask something, and you can see if you remember, and then turn it back on. Roma Eterna.
Eternal Rome.
Eternal Rome. Anno Domini.
In the year of our Lord.
In the year of our Lord. I'm saying it again for them. Antebellum.
Something about war. Before the war.
Before the war. Quattuor anni tempora.
I don't know.
The 4 seasons of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully if we get quattuor down and even 4, then the rest will follow. And Mater Italiae Roma.
The mother of Italy.
Beautiful. Okay. So I will give you your quiz. I don't care if you look at it before you take, there's a cat inside. Is that okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because it's everything that is on those 2 pages of the review. You know what it is. There is vocabulary, and there is writing out the endings. And then on the back, there's a section that I've crossed out. Actually, you won't get it because I'm emailing it to you. Don't do the last page, questions 20 through 28. I will try to add this in the email when I send it to you. So there's yours. I would like you to do this without looking in the book. Not because I'm mean, because it's the only way I can know. Did we memorize this? Do we need to work on it more? But if you know what's in this review lesson that you just did, you'll be fine. There's no surprises here. All right, they're not going to spring surprise on you. There's a few sentences to translate on the very last page, and they do ask you to put them into Latin. All right. So I thought this would be, because I noticed that some of the sentences are be verb sentences. I would just like to review using the be verb before you take this quiz. So remember that the be verb is the, this is turned towards them, but can you see it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Am, is, are, was, were. The word that doesn't show any particular sort of action, but just means that you are. So how do we conjugate that in the present tense? How do I say, I am, you are? Yes. Sum, est, sumus, estis, sunt. And so we can make a sentence with these out of any of your vocabulary. If I wanted to say, the slave is a girl. The word for slave is what? Do you remember?
Servus.
Servus. And what's the word for girl?
Puella.
Puella. And then, I don't know if I'm standing in the way. Oh, I don't think they can really see. You know what? We're just going to test if I can. Sorry for my watcher. Oh, and there goes my cap. See if I can bring this over a little bit more. Oh, that's better. That's better. Let me tip this up. I'm so professional. I lost my cap. Oh, there it is. My 45 subscribers. So what verb do I need to connect them? What is a slave? What is a girl? Is it a I, a you, a he, she, it?
It wouldn't be he, she.
It's a he, she, it. So I pick the he, she, it verb, est. Servus est puella. Now, what if I wanted to make them plural?
You'd add AE to the,
I would.
or just E, I guess, and then serve those, there being A, or,
Well, our declension is us, E, O, O, E, or
okay, then you take away
yeah.
the US and F.
Yes. So I'll make those both plural. Now, slaves.
You change the S to a sub.
Yes, you would. Perfect. We're going to change it to sunt because now it's plural and that makes it a they. So that's pretty easy, right? We can also make sentences with the other ones. If I could do this. Estus, servi estus. Would you like to take a stab at translating that?
Oh, yeah, y'all are slaves.
You all are slaves. Or if I wanted it to be singular, we would use the singular, you are a slave. So servusum, I am a slave. Servi sumus, we are slaves. But for the most part, especially the ones that are on your quiz, they just use the third person. It's going to be a he, she, or it, or they. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the present tense. It is right now. But what about our future? Let's do you remember how we do that in the future? Yeah, yeah. Ero, eris, erit, erimus. Yes. This one's errant. It's easy to get mixed up because it's errant when it's the ending for the future perfect. It kind of screws it up. I will be, you will be, he, she, or it will be, we will be, you all will be, they will be. So let's make up another sentence. Well, this is fun. The horse will be queen. Let's just make the horse queen. Why not? Because we can. We can. So I'm just standing right in the way of it. What's the word for horse?
Something like Euro, or,
You're really close. Equus. And what's the word for queen? Yeah. So then it's just a matter of asking ourselves, what is a horse and what is a queen? Is it a they? Is it a we?
Oh, a writ, right. A he, she, or it.
It's a he, she, or it, right. So, a writ. The horse will be queen. We don't have to say the horse, he will be queen, or the horse, she will be queen. The he or the she in this case is the horse. Or, we said before, if we want there to be more than one, what is the likelihood of more than one horse becoming queen? I feel like the likelihood of it happening to one of them is pretty small. But now, what verb will we need? Errant, right, exactly, you got it. Because horses and queens are a they. Easy enough. All right, and our other, in the system that we learned of the be verb is the imperfect. That was the one you started saying. What is it? Yes. Eram, eras, erat. Errant. Mm-hmm. All right, let's come up with a new. I'm sorry for the watcher. No, we're gonna. I guess that's the way it's gonna be. All right. Oh, that's pretty good. Who's watching this? Who would watch this except for Grace and Morgan? Who would be bored enough to watch this on the internet except Grace and Morgan? Okay, let's try. The war was bad. What's the word for war? Bellum. What's the word for bad? Adjective? I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Malus. Malus. So these adjectives, they come with more than one ending, don't they?
Because they can be changed, right?
Because they can be changed depending on the gender. Adjectives describe a noun, right? And so we need to know what the noun is before we can figure it out. So bellum is neuter. It's got a neuter ending. So our bad has to have the neuter ending.
So
Mollum. Mollum. And we already went through this. War is a we, they, what is war?
Oh, he, she, it.
It's an it, right? So bellum erat mollum. The war was bad. We could also do the wars were bad. Do you remember how to make these plural? Do you remember our endings?
What is it?
E, O, O.
It's A, right?
Yes, it is. Good job. So I can just put bella and mala, but now, since they're plural, it's a they, aren't they? The wars were bad. If I have a girl who's bad, let's turn it back to singular. So what form of malus should I choose now? Mala, because it needs to be feminine. Or if it was a gift that was bad, we already did, let's make the service, the servant bad. The servant is bad, then we have to have a malus service, okay? Does that make sense? So you sound, not to be accusatory, a little weak on your vocabulary. Do you feel, all right, and this is where you're completely honest, like you're at the doctor's office and you have to give all your symptoms, okay, or I can't help you. If I were to give you a week just to review everything and take this quiz, would you do it? Would you actually work on it and review every week and then take the quiz?
This week I'm probably actually
because you were gone.
Yeah.
And let me come back here because my face is really big in the. Morgan and Grace, since you've missed a couple of times, I don't know where you are, and then you're missing today. So I'm going to make the executive decision just on the fly. I was going to start the next lesson, and I think I've already posted this online. I'll send an email and explain myself. But why don't we just concentrate on really working on vocabulary and making sure you know all of those noun endings, that you can just crank out the noun endings, ah, this, that you know all your numbers really well, and all of the vocabulary, and we will just call this a review week, especially since you were gone and they've had to miss and not been well and had other issues. So let's just do some more review today. Let's do a verb. I'd like to do a whole verb synopsis, and we'll just use this time for that, and then we will start. You can still take the quiz this week, but take it maybe towards the end of the week, like next Monday or something like that, and just use all the rest of this week to just really work on stuff, and there will be no surprises. Do you have any questions from your workbook? Did you do the exercises, and did anything come up that was a problem?
I might have one. Oh yeah, right here. I ended up just looking in the teacher's manual because I wasn't sure. But why would I just put a C or an O? Is that just like the name of the what is it? A number?
Oh,
Because
okay, I see what they're doing.
I guess there's like cardinal numbers and then the cardinal.
Oh, okay. Adjective would have no declension. Yes, so what, and maybe you see, let me see. and they put a C there.
Does that just mean cardinal?
Oh, that's what they wanted, cardinal or ordinal.
Oh, okay.
That's what they were asking you. So can I just tell them? So his question is on page 122 of your workbook, and they had given you a noun and an adjective, and they wanted you to look at the noun and look at the adjective and figure out all its number, case, declension, all of that. And if your adjective is a number of some sort, for declension, it doesn't have a declension. Adjectives, as you wrote in all the rest of these, are just first and second declension. They don't have one or the other. But this particular example is septum. This is number 4 on that page. Septum terrae. And if we look at this, it doesn't have a declension, but it's a cardinal number. It's a counting number. It doesn't change. If it was the 7th land, septima terra, it would be an ordinal number. So, so if you had trouble with that at home, if it didn't make sense to you, the C and the O in the teacher's manual are cardinal and ordinal. Yes. Oh, I hate the way they've changed these workbooks. I looked. I can't find anything. Ugh. But I just don't. Does not. No. I just say no. Okay, let's do a verb synopsis of, I've moved this so now they can't see the board again. It's going to make everybody watching nauseous while the camera moves around. I'm going to move over to this side. I will be invisible, but it doesn't matter. This is all that's important. Laudo. What are the principal parts of laudo? Laudo. Laudavi. Yeah. All right. So when you say things, I'm going to say it again because the mic isn't going to pick you up and they won't be able to hear you. I'm not going crazy that I repeat everything people say. Let's do it in the present, imperfect, future, perfect, pluperfect, and future perfect. And you can see this okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And which person and which number?
First person singular.
Oh, we never do that. That'll be fun. All right, this is easy then. What's the first person singular of laudo? Laudo.
That's the praise, or just praise. Or
Yes.
I praise.
Yes, I praise. How else can we translate? I praise.
I do praise.
I do praise.
I am praising.
I am praising. Beautiful. All right, how about imperfect? How do I say
I was praising.
I was praising, and what's it like in Latin? Laudabam is exactly right. I was praising. Notice, we find our stem, the thing we stick the ending onto, by looking at the infinitive and taking the re away. Lauda. So that's what we put the ending onto. How about future?
It's
Do you remember the future in?
I don't know how to pronounce that.
Do you remember the whole chant, the future? It's that first one that's escaping you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bow.
Oh, that's
Bow
it,
bis
yeah.
bit, bimus bitus bunt. So lauda bow. I will praise. Okay, then we have our perfect system. So we go to our third principal part, and we're going to use that same stem. Everything without the I, because the I is our first ending. Oh, I said everything without the I.
It's the I.
It's the I, lauda vi. That is the first person singular perfect. And how am I going to translate it? I did praise.
I did praise. I praised.
I praised.
And I don't know. I don't know the first one. It's not a have or had.
Oh, we did.
Oh, it said I had.
It's not a had.
Oh, I have.
I have praised. I have praised. Good. The pluperfect, this is the one where we stick that aram, eraserat ending onto it. So, laudav eram. I had praised. Perfect. And then our future perfect. Mm-hmm. Laudav ero. Yeah, I will have praised. Awesome. All right, you got it. Oh, okay. Just trying to figure out what time we're supposed to be done. All right, so we went through all my sentences that I did. And we went through some sentences. Let me randomly, I might just kind of have a shortish class because I didn't make up more sentences. Let's see if we can make up and go through 5 sentences that I'm just going to make up on the fly here. So, and they can be any tense. All right, so we'll work on our verb tenses like we did last week when I had this. But I need to go back and look at what verbs you know, so I don't give you verbs you don't know. And I'll try to make them make sense. Hold on, it's very hard. Oh. Do you know that word? Oh, you don't know that word yet. Shoot. Oh, okay, I got one. No, I don't want to do that. Shoot, I'm sorry. Okay. Agricola, I will get out of the way, ladies, in just a minute. Agricola explorabit. And remember, you can shut it off if you want to and think about it. Agricola explorabit.
Farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, farmer. Explorer. The farmer. Yeah, the farmer will explore.
The farmer will explore. Yeah. We have an ending that's a he, she, or it ending, and our farmer is the he, she, or it. Awesome. All right. How about, I lost my page. Ooh, I like this one. Multe poete clamaverunt.
So there's poets. And the last one I recognized has something to do with loud voice. It's like a call or something.
Shout.
Shout.
Mm-hmm.
Shout. Around. It's they did. So poets did, and then I don't know what it is. It's not coming through the
Okay. So it's multi that's causing your problem.
Yeah.
Do it without multi. Tell me what it says without that.
Shout. Poets did shout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the poets did shout, or the poet shouted, or the poets have shouted. All those are okay. Multus means much or many.
Okay, so many poets.
Many poets shouted. Usually, if we use it with a singular thing, like much money or much land, we'll say much. We don't say many land or many money, you know. But if it's plural, many. Okay, good. I told you we do 5. Nova Regina or Regina. Spirabot.
New
Exactly.
It saves or help the despair.
It is not, but I will give you a hint. The opposite of this is despair. When you're not doing this, you despair. And that's where the word despair comes from.
Oh,
What are you not doing if you're despairing?
rejoicing or
That is a good answer. It is not the answer I'm going with. Hope.
hope.
Sparrow means hope.
New queens. That's or hoping. The new queens for hoping.
Okay. So, question. What makes you want to make it be more than one queen?
Oh yeah, that's it. The queen was hoping.
The new queen was hoping, yes. And we see that from two places. We can learn that from the ending is singular, and we can also learn it from this ending that's a he, she, or it ending. All right, awesome. Oh, I like this. Parvus agnus era verat.
It's parvis too.
Parvus is little or
Okay.
small.
Is Agnes Frank or
Amicus is friend. Agnus Dei quitolis
yeah,
peccati
lamb.
mundi. Yes.
so that'd be lambs. But yes, is that a pluperfect ending?
It is a pluperfect ending.
He, she, or it, and I just forgot what part of
Little.
little. So little, little lambs have aired.
Two things we need to, he said, little lambs have aired. All right, first of all, let's look at the aired. Pluperfect had aired, okay. And then how many of them are there?
Two, right? Or no. One.
One, because our declension, us, e, o, o, this is the singular. And this is also he, she, or it. The little lamb had aired or had wandered. Probably makes more sense. Does that make sense? That's tough. This is tough. Think of how all the steps your brain has to go through to get every single one of these right. You know, is it singular? Is it plural? What tense is this? And what everything means. It's a mental workout. Okay, we're going to do one more. And then I think I'm just going to let you go and call Helena in. 'Cause I was going to say you suffered enough. It's not what I'm supposed to call it. Okay. All right. Oh, I like that. I got to find something that thing can do. I can't find anything that thing can do. Can't read my subject. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to give you the meanest one of all. Oh, this is just, I'm cruel. Okay. Mania saxa, steterunt. This is just meanness on every level.
The run, what is it? So that's large rocks.
Yes, it is.
Stood still. Large rocks.
You just did it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm disappointed. Yeah, the large rocks stood or have stood. First of all, I thought I would trip you up because stow is one of our irregulars and that you might not recognize the third principal part. The other thing I thought might mix you up is you might not realize that this is plural, that is singular is saxum, and so it's plural is saxa because it's neuter. And of course, if you didn't know that, you could always go here and realize, oh, wait a minute, the verb is plural, so it must be a plural. That was really well done. You earned quitting early. So you ladies at home, stand away so my face isn't right in the camera, go through all the vocabulary, practice every day, all the endings, go back through the old units and stuff that you haven't learned in a while. Review all your verbs. But the stuff on the test will be the be verb, like we practiced here at the beginning of class, but also some of the vocabulary. But other than that, it'll just be on those 2 pages, you know. And so just work on that. Just see this as a week to get just caught up, you know, and feel like you really know stuff before we move on.
We aren't doing anything.
So you're not doing anything in the workbook this week. Here's what I would do. I would get a piece of notebook paper out every day, and I would try writing out all your noun endings. You don't have to decline a noun. Just write out the endings. It will take you a minute. And then just check yourself. And then I would drill yourself on all the new vocabulary every day. And then I would go back and do a verb synopsis, or just take a verb and conjugate it in a tense. Just go back. Or do the be verb and conjugate it in a couple of tenses, and then check yourself. Remember, you can go back to the lesson that it's in, or I think, if you don't mind me grabbing your book, in the back of your book, they are, did this before, didn't we? And I couldn't find them. I thought that they had them all, which would be helpful, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, here we go. No, that's the unit review. Yeah, on page 84, they have like all your verbs written out in they don't have them translated, unfortunately. But yeah, just even if you just say 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the afternoon, I'm going to go through words, I'm going to write out my noun endings, you'll be pretty ready. Go back through your sayings, because you were a little iffy on quattuor, ani tempora. And yeah, and then we should be ready to move on. Bring me, you can check the quiz at home if you want to, but I'd still like to see it. I'd like you to bring it to me, just so I can know, oh, I need to explain this again, or you might not understand something completely, or just tell you, you need to practice this every day and get this memorized, okay? But feel free to check it at home. And I would just spend the rest of this week reviewing, and then and Monday's Latin would just be you sitting down and taking the test. All right? That sound good? All right. Sorry, ladies. Hope to see you next week.